Global aviation just hit a breaking point. The 2026 Iran conflict closed critical fuel supply routes. Airlines are cutting flights desperately as jet fuel prices are exploding. And considering all these crises the world is facing right now, here is why the world needs Boeing 777X now more than ever. The global aviation system is entering a breaking point. The ongoing 2026 Iran conflict has triggered one of the most severe energy disruptions in modern history. With the Strait of Hormuz repeatedly closed, mined, or restricted, nearly a quarter of the world's oil supply has been thrown into chaos. This is not theoretical anymore. Fuel supply chains are physically breaking down. Airlines are already reacting. Flights are being canceled. Routes are being cut. Ticket prices are surging as jet fuel prices spike and availability drops. Some regions, especially Europe, are staring at actual fuel shortages within weeks. This is no longer just a cost problem. It is becoming an operational survival crisis for global aviation. This is exactly where the Boeing 777X becomes critical. It is not just a new airplane. It is designed for maximum efficiency per seat per mile. With significantly lower fuel burn, ultra-long range, and the ability to carry more passengers in a single flight, it allows airlines to do more with less fuel, which is exactly what the world suddenly needs. In a world where fuel is scarce, routes are longer, and costs are exploding, the Boeing 777X becomes something else entirely. Not a luxury upgrade, but a strategic necessity. It enables fewer flights, longer routes without stops, and better economics when every drop of fuel matters. Understanding why the Boeing 777X is so critical requires examining what makes it different. Boeing designed this aircraft with efficiency as the paramount goal. The Boeing 777X delivers approximately 10% lower fuel burn compared to older wide-body aircraft. This might not sound dramatic, but at scale, this represents massive savings. For an airline operating hundreds of wide-body flights weekly, a 10% fuel reduction translates to millions in annual savings. In normal times, this improves profitability. In crisis times, this determines survival. The GE9X engines powering the Boeing 777X are the most efficient commercial engines ever built. These massive engines produce over 110,000 pounds of thrust, each while burning less fuel per unit of thrust than any previous engine. General Electric developed breakthrough technologies specifically for the GE9X. Advanced materials, improved aerodynamics, optimized combustion processes, all focused on extracting maximum performance from every gallon of fuel. The result is an engine that sets new standards for efficiency. In today's fuel-constrained environment, this efficiency is priceless. The Boeing 777X's range capability is equally important. The aircraft can fly over 8,700 nautical miles nonstop. This ultra-long range opens possibilities that other aircraft cannot match. When airspace gets restricted due to conflicts, airlines must reroute. Longer flight paths consume more fuel. The Boeing 777X's exceptional range allows airlines to take necessary detours without adding technical stops. Technical stops mean additional fuel consumption for takeoff and climb. They mean more time, more complexity, more cost. The Boeing 777X eliminates these stops on routes where competitors cannot. Forbes covered why the Boeing 777X is worth waiting for, noting its unmatched capabilities. The publication emphasized how the aircraft's efficiency and range create unique value for airlines. Simple Flying explored why the Boeing 777X offers unmatched network opportunities for airlines. The aircraft enables route structures impossible with existing equipment. Higher passenger capacity also matters enormously in fuel-constrained environments. The Boeing 777X can carry over 400 passengers in typical configurations. Some airlines configure it for even higher capacity. Carrying more passengers per flight means fewer total flights needed to transport the same number of people. Fewer flights mean less total fuel consumption across the network. This becomes critical when fuel is scarce. Airlines must prioritize efficiency. The Boeing 777X allows moving maximum passengers with minimum fuel consumption. The folding composite wings represent another efficiency breakthrough. The wings are the largest ever built for a commercial aircraft. Massive wingspan provides aerodynamic efficiency, but such large wings create airport compatibility problems. Gates and taxiways were not designed for wings this wide. Boeing solved this with folding wingtips. The wingtips fold upward after landing, reducing the aircraft's wingspan to fit standard gates. This ingenious solution combines efficiency with practicality. The composite construction reduces weight substantially. Lighter aircraft burn less fuel. Every pound saved translates to fuel savings over millions of flight miles. Boeing's website details the Boeing 777X specifications and capabilities comprehensively. The aircraft represents the culmination of decades of wide-body development experience. Wikipedia provides additional technical details on the Boeing 777X program, including development history and specifications. But specifications only tell part of the story. The real question is why the Boeing 777X matters specifically now in 2026. The Iran conflict created unprecedented aviation challenges. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the world's most critical energy choke points. Approximately 21 million barrels of oil pass through daily in normal times. When this strait closes or becomes restricted, global energy markets convulse. Jet fuel prices spike immediately. Availability becomes uncertain. Airlines face impossible choices: continue operations at unsustainable costs, cut routes and strand passengers, reduce frequencies and lose market share. The Boeing 777X provides a lifeline. Its efficiency means airlines can continue operating profitably even with elevated fuel prices. Its range means routes stay viable despite rerouting. Its capacity means airlines can consolidate flights. Instead of 3 daily flights with smaller aircraft, operate one Boeing 777X flight. Move the same passengers with 1/3 the fuel consumption. This is not just cost savings. This is operational viability. Airlines without access to ultra-efficient aircraft like the Boeing 777X face existential threats. European airlines face particularly acute challenges. Europe imports massive quantities of Middle Eastern oil. Disruptions hit European fuel supplies hardest and fastest. Some European airlines are already reporting difficulty securing sufficient jet fuel. Prices have doubled or tripled on certain routes. Load factors must increase or routes become unprofitable. The Boeing 777X enables European carriers to maintain intercontinental services despite fuel constraints. The aircraft's efficiency makes routes economically viable that would otherwise require suspension. Asian carriers face similar pressures. Many Asian nations depend heavily on Middle Eastern energy. Fuel availability and pricing affect operational planning immediately. Airlines with Boeing 777X orders are suddenly in advantageous positions. They will receive aircraft that dramatically reduce fuel consumption just when fuel is most scarce and expensive. Airlines without Boeing 777X orders are scrambling. Can they accelerate orders? Can they lease aircraft from competitors? Can they survive with existing less efficient fleets? The competitive dynamics are shifting rapidly. Efficiency was always important. Now it is decisive. Beyond immediate crisis response, the Boeing 777X addresses long-term aviation sustainability challenges. Even when the current conflict eventually resolves, the industry faces ongoing pressure to reduce emissions and improve efficiency. Regulatory requirements are tightening globally. Airlines must reduce carbon footprints. The Boeing 777X's efficiency directly addresses these requirements. Lower fuel burn means lower emissions per passenger carried. The Boeing 777X enables airlines to meet sustainability goals while maintaining service levels. This dual benefit of crisis response and long-term sustainability makes the Boeing 777X uniquely valuable. The aircraft solves today's fuel scarcity problems while positioning airlines for tomorrow's environmental requirements. Airlines that invested in Boeing 777X orders years ago could not have predicted the 2026 fuel crisis. But their investment is now proving prescient. They will receive aircraft perfectly suited to navigate unprecedented challenges. Emirates, the largest Boeing 777X customer, has over 200 aircraft on order. This massive commitment positions Emirates to dominate long-haul markets as competitors struggle with fuel costs. Qatar Airways, another major Boeing 777X customer, will similarly benefit. The airline's ultra-long-haul network becomes more viable with ultra-efficient aircraft. Lufthansa's Boeing 777X orders support the carrier's expansion plans despite European fuel challenges. The efficiency enables growth that would be impossible with older aircraft. For Boeing, the timing validates the Boeing 777X development strategy. The company invested tens of billions developing this aircraft. Years of delays frustrated customers and investors. But the Boeing 777X's capabilities are proving worth the wait. Airlines suddenly appreciate the efficiency and range more than ever. The value proposition is crystal clear. Production ramp-up cannot happen fast enough. Airlines want deliveries accelerated. Every month of delay means operating less efficient aircraft in the most fuel-constrained environment in decades. Boeing's challenge is ramping production while maintaining quality. The Boeing 777X must deliver on its efficiency promises. Any performance shortfalls would be catastrophic given the current environment. Early indications suggest the aircraft performs as designed. Flight testing validated fuel burn targets. Range capabilities exceed specifications. Airlines report satisfaction with the aircraft's performance. The world needs the Boeing 777X now more than ever, not as a nice upgrade, but as a critical tool for navigating unprecedented aviation challenges. Fuel scarcity demands efficiency. Route restrictions demand range. Economic pressure demands capacity. The Boeing 777X delivers all three. Airlines with Boeing 777X access will thrive. Those without will struggle. The efficiency gap is too large to overcome through operational improvements alone. This is the Boeing 777X's moment, designed for normal times, essential for crisis times. The aircraft that could save global aviation when the world needs it most.